Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 1, Episode 6, the final episode in this season. I'm putting this one together as wrapping up the postpartum part before getting into some exciting news for Season 2, so stay tuned. But the postpartum wrap-up is postpartum essentials, must-have products, things that new moms have to know about. Throughout my experience of doing the postpartum thing twice, I learned some very valuable things and I wanted to share them. So this will be a quicker episode, but going through everything I've learned and all of the products. Now, some of the actual brand names may not be available where you are, but if you can find something similar, you should yield the similar results. So the start of this will be prenatal vitamins. Now, prenatal vitamins are something that you were hopefully taking throughout your entire pregnancy. They are essential for a growing healthy baby and a growing you. However, they are something that you want to continue for at least 6 months after you've had your baby. So after you've given birth, you don't want to take away that multivitamin that has been giving you all of the little bits and bobs in your nutrition that you might be missing. So continue that. It kind of helps with things like your mood. It helps with the hormonal fluctuation and things getting filled in. So filling in the gaps with a prenatal vitamin where you might not be getting it in diet because maybe postpartum, if you know, you're craving very certain simple things. And sometimes that is not a complete diet. So it helps just cover all of your bases. And an interesting thing that I heard from my family doctor was continuing with the prenatal vitamin also helps with hair loss, postpartum hair loss, because of the vitamin D that you are getting in there. So I also, learning that, started taking vitamin D supplements on top of that so that I'm getting the full IUs per day. So check what that is in your area for your age, and maybe also stock up on some liquid vitamin D while you're going through the postpartum period. And so the prenatal vitamin that I have found that I love and have used and will use into the future is PregVit. PregVit comes in a folic 5 milligram and a folic 1 milligram. It's recommended to take the 5 milligram in early pregnancy, as folic acid helps to prevent things like neural tube defects, and then moving into the 1 milligram when you are kind of closer to your second trimester. So talk to your healthcare staff about that and see if that one's right for you. Now, the second one, a must. There are so many belly butters and beautiful lotions and potions that you can put on your belly to help with reducing things like stretch marks. I tried quite a few of the different ones in my first pregnancy. In probably the first 2 months, I kind of bought into the nice bottles and the nice smelling ones. I found that the smells completely turned me off because my hormones changed, and in early pregnancy, I just couldn't stand the smell of a lot of them. So I went back into looking of, what is the most effective ingredient to be in a belly oil. I found out, or belly oil, lotion, butter, whatever, is rosehip seed oil. Now, rosehip seed oil, compared to all of the other oils out there, actually penetrates the skin the deepest. So rosehip seed oil actually goes through more layers of skin and goes deeper than other oils. It's better absorbed into the body so that while you are stretching, because keep in mind, you're not just stretching on the top, you're stretching all of those layers of tissue and all the way through, you want something that goes very deep. And I absolutely love rosehip seed oil. You can get it on Amazon, just pure organic rosehip seed oil. A note on that is that it unfortunately is quite yellowy orange. So it will stain your sheets, but if you wear like a little t-shirt or something throughout your pregnancy at night, it does definitely help with that and protects your sheets. The thing that I also like about it is that it is not very heavily scented. And the last part on rosehip seed oil is you want to use it on your belly, on your boobs, on your butt, and on your lower back, because all of that is stretching. So I noticed something in nursing when I was in the postpartum unit is that when I had to check on a patient, a lot of women would fold forward and you're checking their breathing and things like that. And you would see a lot of stretch marks on the lower back because it's an area that is often forgotten. When you're stretching, your back is also stretching to accommodate for that growing belly. So you want to rub those oils all the way through to the back and your hips are going to expand, your butt's going to expand, your boobs are going to expand. You want to make sure that all of those areas are covered. Another note on that and on stretch marks, and this is a whole another episode topic in itself. Stretch marks are highly, highly, highly genetic. Talk to your mom. If your mom had stretch marks, you're likely going to have stretch marks. If your mom did not, you're likely not going to. So there is something that the oils can do, but they can't do it all, unfortunately. Now, breast pads, a must. I have tried both versions of breast pads where you have the disposable ones where you kind of unfold it like a little panty liner and you put it into your bra and then it fills up with milk and you throw it out at the end of the day. And this is essentially for when you're nursing, you're going to have letdown from the other breast. So you don't want that to soak through your bra and your shirt. You'll end up smelling and feeling gross all day. So breast pads are indispensable. I did also try to go the earthy route of trying the reusable ones that you put in the wash. I hated them because for me, they would fill up with milk and then they would just get really cold and they would just sit there all day. So I felt like they're just, you were just more aware that there was milk there all day. And the other ones kind of dried up nicer because of course, the little like gel and formula that's in them that fills up and then kind of dries like a diaper, that type of thing. So breast pads, disposable ones. I've tried the Medela ones and the Lanuche, the ones in the purple box out here in Canada that you can buy at Shoppers Drug Mart. I like them both. I found them both fantastic, and it's really going to be personal preference. So the next thing is Depends. I mentioned this in my vaginal birth postpartum. Depends, they have a feminine one that has like a little bow in the front. Super essential in those first few weeks when your body is shrinking down and you're going through all of that discharge called lochia. I didn't like having to worry about a pad. I loved throwing on the diaper panties and then just throwing them out after you feel like you need to change them. And the other version that I found was the Freedomom disposable panties. And they're kind of like a shorts, but they're tight and they're fantastic. I actually found them really, really, really comfortable and less bulky. So, I mean, they gave me less of that nice little postpartum butt, but they did a fantastic job. The next thing is nipple shields. So there's a whole bunch of different nipple shields out there. And typically when you're thinking of a nipple shield, you're thinking of like those little plastic things that you put over, it's like a plasticky rubber. You put it over your nipple. It helps the baby to latch without kind of like chewing or biting or causing you to bleed kind of thing. These are not that. That's not what I'm talking about. These are something that I found out in my second postpartum that were life-saving. So in the first postpartum period, I used lanolin, which is sheep oil. It's been used for a very, very, very long time for postpartum mothers to help with creating a barrier on your nipple, to help you with bleeding and chafing and cracking and all that kind of thing. I did not love lanolin. I used it for a very long time, but I didn't love it because it really stains whatever you're wearing. So I couldn't get the sheep oil out of my bras, out of different shirts and things like that. Even bed sheets, like it just is very hard to get out of things, but it is very effective. The thing that I loved that I found in my second postpartum period of my second daughter was something called Silverette's nipple shields. It looks like a little silver disc in the shape of a nipple. And you put that over your nipples, and they are made of 99% pure silver. And it helps your body to naturally heal, to naturally fight infection, to keep moisturized. You don't get any cracking. You don't get any of that. I found I had way less sensitivity with breastfeeding, like almost none, by putting those little things into my bra. And the nice thing is they're discreet. So you put them in after you've breastfed and you wear them either all day or all night, whatever works for you. I just wore them during the day. And unbelievable. They are a little bit pricey wherever you're located. They're probably going to run you about $100. They are so, so, so well worth it. Silverette's nipple shields. Getting on to things that stain the sheets, breast milk, not exactly a staining, but it will soak your bed and your mattress cover. I hated that feeling of like laying in a wet bed because you're going to roll over in those first little while you're breastfeeding and everything's regulating out, you're basically just going to start spraying in the middle of the night. And I ended up using those puppy pee pads, the giant puppy pee pads, and putting that on my side of the bed so that it didn't feel wet and soaked and cold. And that really helped with just keeping the bed clean and dry, but also to have a comfortable sleep and to protect all the sheets and all of that kind of thing. Onto something for skincare. I absolutely love SkinCeuticals vitamin C. I did some early research to find out that it is, in fact, pregnancy safe. And I use that throughout my entire pregnancy. I use this before pregnancy, morning and night. It helps your skin so much. It helps with soothing and redness, blemishes. I absolutely love this face serum. I find it smells a little bit funny in the beginning, but it dissipates. It is, if you can get your hands on it, a invaluable skin serum, vitamin C serum for very changing hormonal skin. And I mean, I use this even when I'm not pregnant or recently postpartum, and I still absolutely love it. So if you can get your hands on it, definitely get that. The vitamin C, I think it's called CE Frulic. The next thing is magnesium salts for the bath. I found I slept really well taking magnesium salts through a bathtub. I also took magnesium glycinate to help me sleep and to help just regulate my body. And this was, of course, on the recommendation of my healthcare team. So check with yours and see if that's right for you. The next thing is a strong deodorant. And yes and no here. I mean, you could also go with none because the deodorant's really not going to work for you in the first couple weeks, especially. I find that postpartum BO is so bad and you can't really escape it. It's like this, no matter what you do, no matter how much deodorant you put on and you layer on, you're going to smell because your body is figuring out things. And I did read that you're supposed to have this strong smell so that your baby knows like, hey, mom is near, because I've heard the thing of your baby smells your breast milk. Well, I'm not really sure about that. I think your baby actually just smells your BO and knows, hey, mom's near in those early days. So a strong deodorant, or just set out a couple of tops. I found that I gave up on the deodorant because it just wasn't working. So I'd put on some in the morning and immediately when I could smell myself, go and change my top. So I went through like 3 or 4 tops in those early days, early weeks actually. And it just made me feel a lot better about myself instead of like stinking to high heaven around the house. So a recommendation: water, simply water. Drink a lot of water. Water helps you to produce breast milk. When you look up the composition of breast milk, how does your body make it? What is it making it from? It is making it from the majority of water. So you need to have water in your diet. That doesn't mean you need to go eat a whole sleeve of cookies because you need the calories to make breast milk. No. You need water. And water is going to help your skin. It's going to help your weight. It's going to help you feel better, help moisturize your tissue from the inside while you're shrinking down and changing again. Water is just so essential during that time. And especially for breast milk, that was something that I learned that kind of saved me from eating a lot and snacking a lot. I would fill up on water first and then realize I wasn't really hungry because my body just needed water so that it could start and continue to make breast milk. Okay, probiotics. I have taken probiotics for as long as I can remember as an adult. I take the brand HMF Maternity, being pregnant, and also into about those first 3 months postpartum. I find it's a wonderful probiotic. It keeps everything balanced and it keeps your tummy happy. And it's also something that helps you after you've had a baby, either cesarean or vaginally, because everything has to kind of re-regulate. They're probably going to give you stool softeners in the beginning because everyone's kind of afraid of that first moment. Probiotics kind of get rid of that. They just keep everything regular, everything good. So many benefits to your health, your skin, your insides from taking probiotics. Don't take my word on it. Actually look it up and educate yourself on probiotics. And if you like what you read, go and pick up some. If you're pregnant, HMF Maternity are fantastic. It's funny, on this list I put your mom. You do need your mom. Postpartum Essential, your mom. I can't even go over the benefits because the list is too long, but you will need your mom. If she is around, ask her to come. Now, the nursing pillow. I ended up getting a few nursing pillows on all of the different areas that I'd be in the house. So if I was in the nursery, I had a nursing pillow there. If I was nursing in my bedroom, or if I was nursing downstairs or wherever. So I would get a couple, and I would also send them to places. If we were going on a vacation for 2 or 3 weeks, I would send a nursing pillow. And I found the cost-effective one, which is about $23, is the Jolly Jumper nursing pillow. And it's kind of like a C shape. I like these better because they don't, I like them better for travel because they don't have to wrap around your back. So you can easily kind of slide it underneath around your belly and support your baby. And it helps with your posture. It really helped with my back, my neck while I was breastfeeding. It kind of keeps the baby propped up and keeps you from curling over. I did also get another one from a baby shower called the Breast Friend. It is fantastic. It is ginormous, so you can't really travel with it effectively, but I do have that one at home, and it essentially does wrap around your back, has a little clip and everything, and it just supports your back beautifully so you can sit up very straight. However, not the greatest if you're really mobile and moving around. So the Jolly Jumper nursing pillow, available on Amazon, is amazing. Okay, I'm almost to the end here. So quality nursing bras, wherever you can find some nursing bras. I found the quality ones were about as good quality, and I mean quality ones from a nice shop in town, were about the same quality as the ones I was getting on Amazon. And after a while, after a few loads of washing them and drying them, and a few, I mean like you're washing it 80 times, just throw it out and get another one, because even the clips on the back, the clasps start coming off, and you're using this thing multiple times a day, every day. Invest in a couple of sets of nursing bras so that you can just comfortably be dry and clean and not have to worry about it. And from my personal experience, you don't have to spend a lot of money to find some pretty good quality ones on Amazon. Muslin rags are another thing. Those little tiny muslin rags, I ended up buying stacks of them. And these are just amazing postpartums to have for yourself, for when you start like spraying milk and say you don't have a breast pattern or something. You shove in a little muslin rag, you just leave them all over the house. I also use them all the time just for spit ups and things like that with the baby. And they wash beautifully. They get softer every time you wash them. Muslin rags, a must. Now, there is a website called 15 Minute Beauty, and it's actually the number 15 Minute Beauty. It is incredible. I use this thing like a Bible when I'm looking up products, because a lot of us now use a lot of different products for hair, for oral health care, for makeup, for body, for everything. And there are some products that are not safe for when you are pregnant, and there's also some that are not safe for when you are breastfeeding, because they can get through while you're nursing to your baby. So 15minutebeauty.com, she goes through all of the big brands, the amazing brands, the niche brands, everything. And she looks at all the ingredients of all of their entire lineup. And if there's something that's not on there, you can just write a note to her, and she usually gets back to you in a day. We'll let you know if it is safe for when you're pregnant, if it is safe for when you're nursing, or if it's not safe for any of that. And it's just a nice relief instead of having to look it up yourself. It is run by a physician. She just does an incredible job. I absolutely love her website. Again, could not recommend enough. 15minutebeauty.com to check out your products and see what is safe for you to use in that postpartum period. Now, the last thing is a red light. I am a huge proponent of red light therapy and the benefits of red light therapy. If you can get a red light or find a place, usually med spas will have red light therapy and you can buy a package and go. It is unbelievably important to your mental health and to your body health. There's so many benefits to red light therapy. If you can do that, I'd recommend the brand Platinum LED out of the United States. I think they have an amazing product. Red light therapy is obviously not going to be for everyone, but something to look into if it is a therapy that you're interested in. So as far as a postpartum must-have, for me, red light therapy is on there and something for you to look into. So that's it. That's all I have to share. I'm sure there's some things that are going to come up that I'm just going to drop through next episodes that I have forgotten, but I put together a pretty comprehensive list of postpartum and what I used every day. I hope this helps you in your postpartum period. Hopefully it helps you in saving some trial and error and getting products that work and that make your life a little bit easier and enjoyable. So thank you to everybody that got this far, listening through 6 episodes of the first season. So that is it. That is the conclusion. I am wrapping up season 1 here and starting anew with season 2 in a couple of days. And that is going to be no longer focused on postpartum. It's going to talk about relationships and all the fun changes of your personal, professional, friendships, all of that kind of stuff. So I will close this up. I wanted to thank you again for listening. I hope you received some value in your life, in your postpartum period throughout this first season. I'm excited to talk to you again in season 2, and I'll leave it with wishing you the absolute best day, going out there and making it the best day. I appreciate all of the listening. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the sharing of this show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will talk to you again soon.